This is the Winning Forecast, where the Gelding and I will give you our 4 best selections for tomorrow's Caulfield meeting. And we'll wrap it all up with the Professor's Parlay, and we're even going to get on the soapbox today. So saddle up, because we're just about to jump, and it's a very good afternoon to the Gelding.
Good afternoon, Professor. Good afternoon to our listeners.
How's your week been, Gelding?
Yeah, fairly quiet, Professor. Just waiting for this 40 degrees to hit Caulfield tomorrow.
Well, and I see they've taken some steps to ensure against the heat, moved the starting time and made it earlier.
Yeah, they've moved the races forward an hour to 11:20. Very interesting reading the MRC's update on it. And reason for was to avoid the animals, the horses and the jockeys riding and running during the heat of the day. Maybe something for later, Professor, but I would have thought the heat of the day might have been about 4:25.
When the last race is on.
Yeah, well done. Yeah.
All right, Gelding. The feature races tomorrow are race 3, the Blue Diamond Preview for fillies. It's a Group 3 over 1,000 metres, and also race 8, the Manfred Stakes, another Group 3 race for 3-year-olds over 1,200 metres. The track's currently good for Gelding, but with this heat may well be improved. That rating may well be improved during the day. Depends on how much water they've put on it. And the rail, for you and I, Gelding, will be very happy. The rail is in the true position.
Yes, lovely to be in the true position. But as you said, Professor, my one worry is the Melbourne Racing Club and how much water they put on this track. And sometimes it has been known, normally on hot days, to favour horses on the inside and up. But sometimes they have been known to sometimes put on too much water, Professor. And sometimes the fence can be off. So, again, the caveat, let's watch a couple of early races.
What are your 2 best bets for the Caulfield meeting tomorrow, Gelding?
Well, having said that, Professor, I'm going with first bet in race 3, horse number 11 in the fillies races of the Blue Diamond Preview, and that's La Gitana. Was that how you pronounce it, Professor?
It's a pretty good effort, Gelding.
Thank you. Look, this is a 2-year-old by Home Affairs, trained by the Hayes boys. We only have to go back last year to see how well they did with their 2-year-olds. And this filly's out of a horse David Hayes trained many, many years ago, Hips Don't Lies. And we backed it, and it was a very, very speedy horse, Professor. So Hips Don't Lie, Home Affairs, La Catina, the Hayes boys, Luke Curry aboard, positioned well in barrier 3. It's had 2 jump outs, Professor, and won both of them. So, look, this one at the moment on fixed odds, Professor, maybe you'd like to tell us, is that...
Fixed odds on that one, Gelding?
Yes.
I can do that for you.
Oh, I thought you had it on the tip of your tongue.
$13 fixed at the moment.
I'd be getting on it now, Professor, or stuff a little bit shorter than that, I would have thought. But that's my first tip of the day. Nice each way odds. Then I'll go to the last race, Professor. Race 10, horse number 5, Touchdown. Again.
Oh, very NFL, Gelding.
Oh, yes. With the theme for the NFL finals on the divisional games on Monday. Touchdown, trained by the Hazes, again ridden by Luke Curry. This one's a little bit shorter, Professor, around about the 2:30, but when you won 4 out of your 5 starts and the one you missed on you ran second on, I think you can expect a good run by Touchdown, Professor. So my 2 are well spread during the day. Race 3, horse 11, Largy Tana, and a race 10, horse 5, Touchdown. And you like, Professor?
Yes, Gelding. I'm going a little bit later with you with my first pick in race 5, the Mary Bell. Benchmark 74 race for 3-year-old horses and above over 1,100 metres. I like in this race, Gelding, number 10, Expulsion, coming out of barrier 6. 8 races for 2 wins and 2 placings, so a 25% win rate, 50% place rate. It's a lightly raced 3-year-old filly, Gelding. This time last year ran in the Blue Diamond Prelude.
Yes. A Godolphin horse, Professor. Again, what I didn't say in my report was I always look out for the Godolphin 2-year-olds as well. So they're very strong. So I like your tip there, Professor.
It won its last start at Sandown just over 2 weeks ago, Gelding, with Jamie Mellum in the saddle. She retains the ride this Saturday. 3 times in the money over the last 4 starts. That'll do me. Jamie Mellum with an 18% career winning rate. She's equal 4th on the Metro Jockeys table at the moment with 22 wins, Gelding. Trained by the Freedmans. They're equal 3rd in the metropolitan area at the moment with 24 wins, and they've got an 18% career win rate. So that'll do me. $2.10 and $1.50, Gelding. It might drift out a little bit from there.
Oh, I like it, Professor. I like it.
All right, my second selection is in race 6, the Parlay Durston, benchmark 78 for 3-year-old horses and above over 2,000 metres. I like in this race, Gelding, I had a nibble at 2 weeks ago at Flemington. Horse number 6, Suntora, coming out of barrier 7. I thought it needed a little bit longer over its last start, and this could be proved right here where it starts over a greater distance. 17 starts for 4 wins and 2 placings, so a 24% win rate, 35% place rate. In equal class in this race. Its last win was at the Heath track in November last year. It's running a Group 3, Gelding. So I would have thought the connections obviously think this horse can do something. It's got an apprentice, 19-year-old Jackson Radley at the moment. He can claim 3 kilos, so it'll only start at 54.5. So I think that gives it a bit of a advantage. Radley, 11% career win rate, and Nick Ryan training with a 15% career win rate, currently showing $2.90 and $1.40. Might start a little bit shorter than that, Gelding.
Well, I notice the danger to it, number 8, Trapolander, Professor's been scratched. So,
yes, I did notice that, Gelding.
So that's certainly strengthened the chances of Centaura, who we were on 2 weeks ago, Professor.
Yes, we were, Gelding. I'm expecting a lot better ride this time. It did place last time, but I think it'll be a lot closer to the winners list this time.
Yes, well, Loom to win at the 250 may have got there a bit early, Professor. So bit of a jockey change. Hopefully with the lightweight can hang on. Yes,
Gelding. All right, so my 2 for tomorrow, race 5, the Mary Bell, number 10, Expulsion, and in race 6, number 6, Suntora. Now, Gelding, we look the happy view of the Professor's Parlay. Last week, the agreed bet of the day was Celerity, which came second, and we'd parlayed that into Bryce Cotton to score 15 or above. He ended up scoring 30, Gelding, so we got that leg in as well, and we parlayed that into Nathan Sobey. Didn't play due to illness, but Sportsbet pays on the 2 legs, so very happy about that.
Beautiful.
We got $7.35 back for our $5 investment, Gelding.
Well, Professor, as we say here, we're trying to get winners, and a winning ticket is which you can change back for money is a lot better than a piece of tea with some odds on it.
Certainly is, Gelding, and the Professor's Parlay currently running at 50%.
Very good. Let's keep it up there. Exceptional value, especially, well, I know this week was only 2, but not only when you're picking the horse league, Professor, and then to pick 2 other bets to go well, that's way above what's accepted kind of standard rates for if you're on 33 and if you're on a third with your selection of the horses, you're normally doing very well.
All right, Gelding. So this week, the agreed bet of the day for you and I and for the viewers is race 10, number 5, Touchdown for all the reasons you outlined before. Now, normally, Gelding, I'd be having one leg of Bryce Cotton scoring 15 or above, but unfortunately the 36ers play tonight, so this won't go to air till tomorrow. So in fairness to the punters who will be trying to put on the Professor's Parlay, I'm not going to give them a dead leg. So another favourite of mine in the NBL is Nathan Sobey. I've gone for him for 15 points and above. South East Melbourne upset ladder leaders Adelaide 36ers at Hoopfest last week in Perth, Gelding, and Sobey didn't play, and he's averaging 22.8 points per game. So if he's averaging 22.8 and I'm going for him for 15 plus or 15 or more, I'm certainly thinking that that's good value. South East Melbourne are placed second on the ladder, and they play the 9th place Cairns Taipans, so it could be a feeding frenzy for Sobey. South East Melbourne's last 5, they're 4-1. Cairns have only won 2 out of the last 5. Head-to-head, the last 5, South East Melbourne 5-zip.
I like it, Professor.
All right.
Sound logic.
Yes, I think so, Gelding. And then we're going to dabble into the nightmare that is the Premier League.
Professor, it's all about the NFL this week.
Yes. No,
we've made touchdown. Our divisional games are on, and you're going the EPL.
Yeah, divisional games here. Each team's very even, Gelding, so I'm very wary of that. Remember, we're looking at value for the punters and the viewers. So the value's in Manchester City, I believe. Manchester City second on the Premier League ladder. They're playing at home, Gelding. They're very rarely beaten or draw at home. They're playing Wolves. Wolves are 20th, or if you like, last in the Premier League. They've only won one game for the season. The draw's $7 in this one, Gelding. So $1.20 for the win for the Manchester City. Goal difference. The goal difference between the two teams is 50, Gelding. 50 goals, and that's in a sport where multiple goals aren't scored all that often.
Go City. That's what I can say, Professor. Go
all
City.
Right, Gelding. So the Professor's Parlay for this week is race 10, horse 5 at Caulfield, touchdown into Nathan Sobey of the South East Melbourne team to score 15 points or more, into Manchester City to beat Wolves in the Premier League. And Gelding, before we go today, a couple of soapbox issues. The first one, being a MRC member like you would have no doubt received a text on Wednesday morning at about 10:30 that the Mornington meeting was going to be transferred to Sandown on that day.
Yes. Very interesting. But what more can we say about the MRC?
Well,
apart from maybe reverting back to their old name,
the Verity Amateur Turf Club, Gelding.
Yes, Professor, they're behaving like that. So, yeah. When did they know about this move, Professor?
Well, Gelding, it wouldn't surprise you to know that they'd made this decision at some stage on Tuesday.
Oh, right. And we decided to wait till race day to notify everyone.
Yes. Poor form, in my opinion.
Yeah, bit of a difference if you're driving down to Mornington to head back to Sandown, Professor.
Well, Gelding, what also irked me was I pay my membership. I'd like to be told if the decision's made on Tuesday, I think the membership should be told on Tuesday.
Oh, really?
Or maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm living in a dreamland.
What, you're expecting service? Are you expecting service?
Unfortunately. Yeah. All right, Gelding. Another issue. Congrats to the MRC that they've moved the time of the start, but I did notice that between the first 4 races on the card, there's only 30 minutes between races. Then it becomes out to 35 minutes until the last race, where there's 40 minutes between race 9 and race 10. Now, if they stuck to a standard 30 minutes between races, they'd finish 35 minutes earlier, which wouldn't that be a good thing given how hot it's going to be during that time of the day?
Oh, Professor, as we say, you talk common sense. Look, I'm not sure who. I know what the argument against it will be is that they will want these first 3 races are outside they're not competing with other races around Australia. They only clash with New Zealand races, and they need that time for people to place their bets on. But I thought, now whether this decision's made by Racing Victoria or the Melbourne Racing Club, either together or separately, I'm not sure. But I would have thought a 10 o'clock start, Professor, and a 3 p.m. finish would have been the logical step and way to go, wouldn't it?
Yes,
Rather
but
than
you
be
know what?
racing at 4:30.
Yes, Gelding, totally in agreement with you. But when you start talking logic, you know what happens then, don't you?
Yes.
You can just forget about
Yes.
everything else.
Yep. Obviously, yes, catering for something else. I don't know.
All right, Gelding, let's finish on this one. Question without notice to you, but you're a doyen of the punting establishment, and I would think that you would find this as strange as I do. Looking at the feature races on tomorrow's card, I went to race 3 and saw that the Blue Diamond preview for fillies is a Group 3 race.
Yes.
Not so race 2, the Blue Diamond preview for Colts and Geldings. It's a listed race.
Yes.
Now, the two races are valued with the same stakes purse, $250,000. Why is one a Group 3 race and the other one's only a listed race?
The pattern board that decides where a race sits, Professor, has long been run by people that normally own stud farms. Now, what would be more important? Your filly getting a black tie, Group 3, or your colt getting a Group 3, Professor?
Gelding, that's a very cynical view. That's a very cynical view of the world, Gelding.
Same distance, same prize money, same conditions. The only difference, one's filly, one's a colt. Professor, they either both should be listed races or they both should either be Group 3 races. But you'll find the same once the Sydney 2-year-olds get running around too.
Oh, it's an amazing thing.
Yeah, interesting. Black tie, Professor.
Gelding, as we often say, that's racing.
That's racing. One thing about racing, vested interest is always going to win.
Yes, that's right, Gelding. All right, Gelding. Well, that's enough from you and I for today. So until next week, good luck.
And good punting.